Morning, everybody. First of all, a very warm welcome to our session. With the next very few slides, I would like to introduce you to something what we just recently started in Germany in the area of cell and gene therapy. Just to introduce myself briefly to you, as already said, I'm Thomas Tradler. I'm the head of the Executive Department of Business Development and Patent Management at Fraunhofer IZI, which stands for Fraunhofer Institute for Cell Therapy and Immunology. In parallel, I'm also affiliated with C2I in Canada, which stands for Center for Commercialization of Cancer Immunotherapy, and is representing Canada's largest one-stop shop for the development, clinical testing, and large-scale manufacturing of cell and gene therapies. And last but not least, as most of us probably will do, I'm also wearing several hats. I'm also affiliated with Sexocell. I'm the project lead of our recently established Sexocell cluster, which has the logo Living Drugs, the Saxon Precision Therapy Cluster. And as I said, with the next few slides, I would like to report to you briefly about what we are having in mind. So this actually is our mission statement. So Sexocell actually was born, so to say, based on the Clusters for Future initiative of the German Federal Ministry for Science and Education. And last year, we just threw our head into the ring together with 136 further German nationwide applicants with our Sexocell cell and gene therapy cluster approach. And at the end, eventually, we were so happy just to be selected as one of only 7 winners of this German nationwide competition. And now will receive funding of up to almost 50 million euro for up to 10 years in order to do nothing less than just establishing in Germany Europe's cell and gene therapy lighthouse. This is actually what we are having in mind. First of all, we are oriented towards the needs of our patients. Our main goal, of course, is to bring efficient, safe, and in particular affordable autologous and allogeneic cell and gene therapies to patients who are suffering from serious diseases. And our strategy to reach our ambitious goal is just to bringing together in Saxony and also in Germany nationwide fundamental as well as applied research expertise in cell and gene therapies together with industry resources and know-how, as well as further national and international partner to, at the end, as I said already, establish a cell and gene therapy cluster in Germany, which hopefully will feature international visibility. And the core partners of our endeavor are the Technical University in Dresden, one of Germany's most famous so-called excellence universities, University of Leipzig, Fraunhofer IZI, and also one of Saxony's biggest hospitals, the Klinikum in Chemnitz. So, and with this slide, I would like to give you just a very brief overview and an impression of what we will be focusing on within our Sexocell activities. As a matter of course, 15 minutes are not enough just to dive deeply into every detail, so I'm just giving you a very, very brief overview. What is important to mention, what is one of the take-home messages of this slide is that first of all, under the Sexocell umbrella and getting funded by the German BMBF, we will conduct just a number of R&D projects focusing on development new and innovative ATMPs of different kinds and using different technologies. I will touch this briefly with the next slide. In addition to that, are we also going to interact closely with the industry, meaning the industry, cell and gene therapy companies, which are already present in Saxony, and companies which do not really know that they want to come to Saxony, but who will experience this maybe later on, that Saxony actually is the place to be for innovative life science company, as we think. So realizing investments in industry sector grow. This is also one of the main goals of the German BMBF that we will realize in Saxony. And last but not least, under the Sexocell umbrella, we also will conduct projects aiming at the development of several platform technologies, including, as you all know, of course, further automating, further realizing automation of cell and gene therapy manufacturing and quality control, what is, from our perspective, really, how to say, required in order to reach our goal, not only to develop innovative cell and gene therapies, but also to make them affordable for the patients and for our health systems, right? And that's just the way how we think we can satisfy the clinical need for advanced therapies and realize a successful clinical application at the end. And yeah, these are just a few examples of ongoing R&D projects. So I only can ask for your understanding here, right? So we just started our successful cluster at the end of last year, right? So I'm not just standing here. I'm not able to give you any details about what we discovered already. So this is still work in progress. However, I can already tell you something about what is ongoing under the umbrella of our cluster. And what you can take from this slide is that we will be focusing on quite a number of very different ATMP approaches, starting from genetically modified regulatory T cells, not only addressing immuno-oncology indications, but also addressing autoimmune diseases. We will developing new CAR-T approaches, including approaching validated new targets. We will be developing, together with industry partners in Germany, including Affimed and Miltenyi, a novel AI-assisted CAR-NK cell platform, including a fully automated manufacturing process for those new CAR-NK approaches. We also are pursuing projects focusing on memory NK cells based on the renowned work of Frank Buchholz at the TU Dresden, who is one of Europe's leading experts in the gene editing area. We also will have a project focusing on designer recombinases and developing new gene therapies for certain diseases. We're also having a project focusing on non-modified and genetically modified macrophages, starting from iPS cells. And last but not least, and this actually is one of our most advanced projects, we will also be focusing on an antibody-modified stem cell transplant with the name Palintra for GVHD prevention. And in addition, I mentioned this already, are we also going to develop several platform technologies, including the GMP-compliant automation of cell manufacturing QC, and we also will include AI methods to improve patient stratification and personalized treatments. In the latter one mentioned project, we'll be focusing particularly on using innovative omics technologies and next-generation sequencing methods just to allow better patient stratification. So, and there are several benefits for further industry and academic partners. I think we accumulated already quite a number of pretty renowned partners, academic and industry partners in Saxony. Nevertheless, we just started at the end of last year, and we really seek to connect Saxocel's activities with that of further academic and industry partners globally, so to say. So what Saxocel explicitly doesn't want to become is just a purely German approach, right? So we all know about the national German approach, the UK approach, the French approach, blah, 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 blah. We really think this won't really help us in Europe, right? So we also need to connect between all these single nationwide approaches, and this is what we also would like and would we be happy actually to realize with Saxocel. And there are several reasons to join Saxocel. Just to mention some of them, first of all, I think, particularly for the industry, we will allow and we will grant access to innovative ATMPs, platform technologies, infrastructure, unique infrastructure, patients for clinical trials, also for rare diseases, and comprehensive ATMP expertise for companies, rather from the supplier side of life. We have the intention to grant access to potential customers and end users. So in our cluster, we are, we are bundling more or less all ATMP development efforts and Saxocel. So we are talking about a quite impressive number of scientists and clinicians we can allow access to, and can make it easy to access them. We also have in mind to establish educational activities. So whenever we are talking with just, for example, large-scale ATMP companies, then we were told that among the bottlenecks causing headache for all the company managements is not least the educated GMP staff problem, right? So this is something, at least in Germany, what is really representing a bottleneck for the further upscale of our activities in that regard. So we also will set up educational activities, just trying to disseminate, in particular, GMP, GLP, clean room working expertise to talented people and staff members. For venture capital, we will be offering investment opportunities due to intensified spin-off activities from all our academic organizations. And last but not least, of course, we are offering to become a member, an important member, every member is important, of our growing network. Yeah, and as I said, we just started at the end of last year, so that's the reason why I didn't start boring you with 60 slides or so. We just started. I'm telling you what we are having in mind. I'm telling you what is on our agenda. And as a matter of course, I will be happy to answer all questions you may have. Please do not hesitate to ask me whatever you always wanted to know about Fraunhofer, about Saxocell, and always was to, you know, to seek. So if there are any further questions, we'll be happy to take them. And Sophia, my colleague, and I will be happy just to take them and to meet with you during the conference. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.